Hello, Capricorns. Let's go ahead and get into this end of October energy reading. And I want you to please only take what resonates and leave the rest out. We do have a card that just jumped out, so we're going to go ahead and take that one. And I just dropped it. So 1 second. Oh, no. Okay, here we go. So, Capricorn, we have here the Magician. And this is the main energy for this time. And that's a really interesting energy because it will require for you to take action on whatever download you're receiving at this time. So if you're trying to manifest something, if there is something that you desire, this is asking you to take the steps. This is the time to take the proper steps for that goal, okay? And then what we have here is this Four of Cups, okay? And what this is saying is that if you're expecting something to come to you, Spirit is saying that you will be disappointed. There is this energy of needing to go get what it is that you want to manifest and materialize. The Four of Cups can be very frustrating energy because it shows that you have been given some, I guess you could say, cups in life and it has not satisfied you. And then there's this final cup that's coming your way. But right now, you are in the receiving mode in this yoga pose, right, with your eyes closed, and you don't see that it's right there. So at times, we have to open our eyes. We have to take action towards the things that we want. So that is actually posing as your issue. So you have the stagnation card posing as your issue, and then you have the magician card saying you have to take the steps to get out of this stagnant energy. And then what we have to leave behind, the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands talks about moving from a place of passion and desire. I feel like Spirit needs you to be more strategic moving forward, okay? Passion and desire only gets you so far. There is a need for strategy, organization, and knowing how to tackle this interesting journey that maybe some of you guys are going through. We have here the Seven of Pentacles. So this is a deep evaluation about where you currently are at. So in the near future, what I see is that you're evaluating what has worked and what hasn't. How can you enhance something? How can you make something work for you better? You will be in a state of evaluating, what your actions should be and how you should be able to move forward, without neglecting other parts of your life. And then you have here the Empress. So this shows me that you will be reaping the reward. But again, there needs to be action from your part because right now there is a stagnant energy. So let's go ahead and get into the Four of Cups. Okay. Four of Cups is clarified by the Judgment. And the Judgment is also accompanied by the Ten of Pentacles. So there's an epiphany that needs to happen, right? The Judgment is where, we have to have this breakthrough, this awakening. And that's kind of what I just said already. And the awakening is that the stagnation won't end unless you take action to move forward, right? You can, again, have an offer coming your way, but if you don't take the proper steps, if you don't really strategize and visualize what it is that you want for yourself, you won't reap the reward. The Seven of Pentacles showing up in the near future, it shows that you really got to do your homework, Capricorn. You really got to see where have you put a lot of attention in your life and how good has that been. And if it hasn't given you what you're looking for, then you got to shift your focus. And that requires a very objective perspective. It requires a very objective way of looking at it. So that's why the Knight of Wands is what we need to leave behind. It's this like lenses of passion, drive, desire, love. Spirit needs you to see it for what it is. Okay. Let's get a little bit more. Give me on the Magician. What do we have on the Magician? Thank you. The Magician, you have Temperance. So temperance is saying pour into your own cup, but also tap into the unknown waters. And what I mean by that is you got to test things out in order to see what's going to work for you, especially if what you have already done is not necessarily working or giving you the results that you're looking for. And then you have here the Seven of Swords. Yeah, this is about changing your strategy. And the Seven of Swords is also about being very method, like you have to be very strategy based. And what I mean by that is you have to know what it is that the final result, what is the desired final result, right? So if something hasn't worked, then you have to know how would you like for it to look like, right? So if you feel like this has not worked, what do you think is going to work? What is the other end result, right? And that's the thing, it's like we can have set end results that we want, but we have to loosen the attachment to how we get there, because there could be multiple ways on how we get there. Okay. And the progression can show up in many different ways. So you even being in the Seven of Pentacles moment, even though it might feel like you're not where you want to be, is actually a very big step in the right direction, because now you're seeing, okay, well, I have done this and this is what I got from that, but now I'm starting to visualize something different and this is how I got to move. So the Seven of Swords shows the changing of strategy. It also shows that, you know, some of you guys might have to call in support. You know, you need to know where it is that you might need support versus where it is that you could do everything on your own. This is not a solo journey. This involves, you know what I mean, for you to utilize your resources. Give me on the Seven of Pentacles a little bit. Seven of Pentacles, we have here the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. This is about being committed. Slow and steady wins the race. You know, you're about building quality. So changing your approach can mean that now you're enhancing what it is that you're doing, right? And yeah, it might take a bit longer, but it doesn't mean that it's any less worth of your time, right? Because not to mention you have here the Empress, and that is your final outcome. And that is ultimate abundance and the reward of the creativity or the work that you have put in. So we have here Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups. So yeah, this involves walking away from something. And the Five of Cups. So yeah, some of you guys really have to let go of this disappointment, that stagnation energy that has to go in order for you to be in the receiving energy of the Empress. That's what this is saying. Final message. What do we have? Final message is the King of Cups. Don't allow your emotions determine what it is that you do, but allow your emotions to show you where it is that you want to go. Okay, so with that being said, please let me know if this reading resonated with you. And if it did, drop me a comment down below. Like and subscribe if you do want to support the channel. And I'll see you guys on the next one, okay? Bye.